Hey guys, so it's approaching 5:30 in the morning. I'm about to make some pot cookies with this can of butter. Isn't it beautiful? It's absolutely gorgeous. I already feel high. You know, I haven't even done shit, but I already feel high. Just smelling this shit makes me feel high. Now I'm making 3 different types of cookies. I was gonna make vegan cookies, but I realized that that's way too much work. And quite frankly, I just don't give enough of a fuck about my vegan friends. No offense, y'all. I mean, I think it's pretty cool what you're doing. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of self-control. I quit drinking. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit smoking weed. I've done enough. I'm not going any further than that. If I could cut out carbonated beverages, that would be incredible. But I'm currently drinking a vanilla Coke. There's no telling how much high fructose corn syrup is in the vanilla syrup that I squirted into it. But it's really fucking good. So, let's see. 375. Coca-Cola is really bad though. Like really, really bad. What's the date? I think it's like the 19th. You'll be fine, you'll be fine. Hold up. It's the 21st, we're still good. Yeah, so I just spent like the past maybe 45 minutes. Like I got off work around 3. It was almost 3. So I would have gotten back around 3:30, right? Well, I put some fabric on my seatbelt because, as you guys know, I hate seatbelts with a passion. And I figured when transporting drugs, I have to wear my seatbelt, you know, so I don't get pulled over for not having my seatbelt on. And so I should make this more comfortable for myself. So I got this fabric for $1.27, I believe. It was either $1.27 or $1.47. Forgive me, I don't remember the exact amount of change, but it was less than $2. That's all that matters. This fabric that was just basically like, what do they call it? They had a special name for it at the Walmart. But it was just like a small amount of fabric for less than $2. And I got like 4 of those. A fat quarter, something like that. I think that was the name of it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that now I have Mario Brothers fabric on my seatbelt, and it looks really cool. And I put it, like, I have another video of this, but I don't know if I'm gonna put it up because I don't know. I don't want to just put up videos of like everything because I just think that's stupid. But it is kind of funny. Like, yeah, this is the kind of shit that I do. Like, it's very like makeshift. It's very, you know, creative, and like I could have bought a seatbelt cover and a steering wheel cover, but I was like, no, fuck that. I'll just do it myself. And yeah, I'm way more proud of myself for my steering wheel because I had a a Batman fabric that I bought for the same amount. And yeah, so I got 4 of those. I got one that was like Super Mario Brothers, I got one that was Batman, and I got another one that, what is the other one? The one with dinosaurs on it. And I got one that has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I'm probably going to put the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fabric on the other seatbelt on the passenger side. I don't really like get a lot of people like riding with me, not that they'd want to. So that's what I'm probably going to do. But knowing me, I'll probably just do all of them, you know, just to be like consistent. Hold on a second. You, Vortex, are currently in the microwave, so I'm gonna have to move you so I can heat up this butter a little bit. Hold on one second. Like my titties? Ooh! Please don't leave any comments about that. That's really weird. It's not that I don't understand being objectified, but it's just annoying. Sorry, I heard a noise and it freaked me out. Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't have put that in there. That was a mistake. Yes, I just put metal into the microwave because, remember, mentally ill. So, yeah, that wasn't smart. It's okay. It's okay. You can take it down. Take it back down. It's all right. That smells bad. It does smell bad. Oh, well. Oh, well. Okay, I guess we're going to put that on this plastic. Hopefully the plastic won't melt. How long did you put that shit in there? Like 3 seconds? What was the point of that? You're such a retard. I really am sometimes, y'all. I really am. Okay, you're going back into the microwave. Yeah, but being objectified, like, I mean, I get it. Like, I mean, I do it too. But I'm a comedian, so it's a little different. Because, like, we're supposed to make comments like that, you know? We're supposed to be dirty and disgusting and... And I'm not going to go into, like, a feminist rant about, like, oh, well, this is just an example of men, you know, seeing women as nothing more than a pair of titties and a menstrual cycle. I'm not going to go into that because I think that women are bad about objectifying men just the same. Objectifying anybody is bad. Can we just like address the issue rather than making it about gender or race or something that's kind of irrelevant to the subject matter? Because like it really, I don't think it's like this issue with, oh, men do this to women or women do this to men, or white people do this to black people, or, you know, like, I feel like it's a very versatile thing. And so, if you're going to complain about something, it makes more sense to complain about the actual problem rather than who is affected by the problem. Because it just, I mean, I get it somewhat with race, but with gender, I don't see it. I don't see this, like, constant, like, women are always being, like, put down, and, like, now we have to come up with all these terms, like, you know, they made a fucking chair that'll prevent men from
anti-manspreading and encourage women to woman spread with their non-existent ball sack. It really doesn't make any sense, but neither does anything that comes out of a feminist's mouth. So it doesn't really surprise me that this is like something that they're proud about. But what does surprise me is the amount of men that go along with this crap. If you're fine sitting like this and pretending you don't have a ball sack, I'm just going to hand you a pair of scissors and a little Ziploc bag, because you clearly a rubber band. Maybe you should get it yourself. But yeah, I just find that really obnoxious. I mean, if I were a dude, I'd be like, what the fuck, man? And it seems to be that, I mean, obviously, like, if a woman's going to invent a chair that encourages men to pretend they don't have ball sacks, and for women to pretend that they do have ball sacks, like, I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me, because, you know, of all these women that want to constantly whine about how, you know, their gender makes them, like, oppressed or whatever the fuck. It's like, well, what you're doing goes contrary to that. So when you throw out gender altogether, what the fuck are you gonna whine about now? You know, like, if it's not something that you're like identifying by anymore, and you're like, well, I don't want to call myself a woman because I feel that's oppressive, or whatever you want to say. It's just nothing, like I said, nothing that they say makes any sense. Well, like, not even the equality part, because, like, I mean, if you want to talk equality, like, okay, if a guy, like, say you have a child, and the dude, like, works, and the mom stays at home and makes the meals, and, you know, the typical housewife shit. Like, they're both equal in regards to their level of importance in that child's life. And that's awesome. That's an equality that I can understand, and I'll go along with that. I'd say that's a positive thing. You shouldn't think, oh, I'm the man, so, you know, I'm the breadwinner, so, and I think that's what it is. It's like this competition that women, I feel like, are competing, and I don't really understand why, because I don't think that men really want to compete with women. I don't think that that's, like, what they wanted to do whenever, you know, they, you know, like, in regards to the nuclear family, I don't think that it's an issue of, like, you know, men wanting to rule women. I don't think that they just want to play the victim. That's all this is about. Don't let them fool you. They're completely full of shit. I mean, I think that everybody is thinking this, and from, you know, what I've seen, for, like, the women that I've spoken to, I have met very few feminists. You know, I met a lot of them in college, and they all scare the fuck out of me because they're all just so angry for, like, no reason at all. And I just don't... there are plenty of things to be angry about. Like, having a menstrual cycle is not one of those things that I'm going to keep bitching about, because that doesn't change the menstrual cycle. You know, if, like, every time you complained about it, it made your cramps go away, like, I could understand, but it doesn't do that. In fact, I think it just makes it worse because you draw attention to it. So it would be better if you didn't draw attention to it and you stopped complaining, because it's really not that big of a deal. It's just part of life. You know, just like, I'm sure that, I mean, I don't have a ball sack, but I'm sure the motherfucker gets itchy and sweaty and nasty, especially in the summertime, and that's just something you have to deal with, you know? But you don't hear men complain about their privates anywhere near as much as women do. Now, of course, men don't have a menstrual cycle, you bastards, but, you know, you bastards, it's not fair. Like, it's just funny that, like, women think they're, like, warriors or some shit. Like, and I think that this is made worse with men that, like, sort of cater to this. Like, I was watching this thing with Jonathan Pye. Now, I like Jonathan Pye a lot, but I feel like this sort of, it's condescending is what it is. It's like, you're so amazing because you bleed. You're so amazing. Like, we're amazing because we give birth. That's really, but so many don't. So many zap that out. So, you know, it's actually, it doesn't really count anymore, you know, if you don't keep the baby and have it. So, I find it hard to believe that, like, really and truly, not just women, but, like, why would anybody consider themselves a warrior or, like, really strong and brave for, like, no reason other than their identity? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can see that with African Americans during actual slavery time, during Jim Crow, during the segregation of the 1960s. Not so much now. And I do think that white privilege is a thing. I think that, like, white people are privileged because of our skin color, but I don't think that like plays as much of a part in things as like society, or no, I wouldn't say society, but the media would suggest. So, like what I was talking about with my friend Shaq, like we were just talking about how, like, racism still exists, but it's nowhere near the level that is being suggested in the media. So, and furthermore, the way that I don't know what they expect to do about that. I don't know what they think is, I mean, they're just obviously trying to get a rise out of people so that they start a bunch of chaos, you know. That's what the media is for. That's why they get paid. But it's just like, it's just ridiculous. Like, everything is ridiculous right now. But I guess things were always ridiculous. So, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna stay at my house. That's my solution. That's always my solution, though. It's not like that solution has ever changed. It's not like, oh shit, guess I better get back inside. Like, I was already here, you know? So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yay, 16 cookies so far. How long do they go in for? Let's see. On the box it says not 10 to 15 seconds. That's the wrong direction. Okay. Eight to 10 minutes. I'm gonna say 10. So, just let you know, one of my favorite coworkers, this little Latino girl by the name of Teofila, she came back to work. She's like the most efficient Mexican I've ever met. The reason why Mexicans work so fast is because they're not that efficient. Like, I mean, I'm not knocking their work ethic. I mean, well, I guess I am a little bit. But, yeah, what else are you doing? Well, like, yeah, they work really, really fast because they don't pay that much attention to, like, the tickets. They just go, 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 go. But this one girl, she's amazing. She is just beyond good at her job. Like, she's awesome. See, she's one bitch that if ICE were gonna come after her, I would tell her and her daughter to come stay at my house, and I would hide them, and I would probably go to jail for that. But I don't think that would be the case because of her anchor baby. So, let's see. And not just because they work so hard. What a fucking horrible thing to say. I mean, it's true, but that's always what I hear when people talk about Mexicans and why they should be allowed to, like, stay here and freeload off our government. That they're... After they snuck across the border illegally, it seems like I always hear this stereotype. It's like, clearly you don't actually hang out with Mexicans, you don't really talk to them, because there are a lot of really awesome qualities about them aside from the fact that they work hard, and specifically they'll work for slave labor. So while it's really cool that they can stay here and scrub your toilet and cut your grass and all this shit, it's way cooler, you know, that they give a fuck about their families, and that's why they snuck across the border in the first place. It's because they want to send money back to their families, because they have really big families, because they have a lot of sex, and they're Catholic, so they don't believe in abortion. Let's see, how long do these go in? 9 to 11 minutes. Okay, but okay. I keep saying okay. I don't know why I'm saying okay. Okay, okay. But, yeah, okay, this is good weed, because I just stuck my head in the oven and I feel high now, so that's good. It worked! See, it's a lie, me telling myself, oh, I have to eat one in order to know if they're effective, because all I have to do is stick my head in the oven and I will know immediately. I'm going to do that again. Hold up. Alright. So, yeah. I thought of a good joke. Two things could be true at once, you guys. I don't know if that border wall would be anywhere near as effective as all the Republicans seem to think. I think that they just want, like, they want this idea of a solution, you know? Just the same as, like, the socialists want, you know, this single-payer healthcare system. They think that's the solution to healthcare, you know? So conservatives think the solution to the border crisis is a wall. It might, like, fix a few things, but they need to, like, really address it. Like, get some more laws on the books, make it easier to come across this country and not have to go through this really arduous process. Penalize the people that break the laws, You know, well, they need to do that here too, specifically to the bureaucrats. But it's just like there's all kinds of shit that they could do that's better than what they've been doing. And I think the whole reason why the crisis is the crisis that it is right now is because of all these politicians not doing enough about it. And then Trump saying that he's going to do shit about it, and he's not doing anything about it. I don't know what the fuck he's waiting on. But I like to believe that, you know, he has a process, he has a plan, because he usually does. But I really don't know anymore. Like, I try not to... titties again. I try not to have faith in just, like, a person, because a person is fallible and they will let me down, especially if they're the president of the United States. Especially if they're any president. But he's a special case because he has done a lot of the stuff that he said he would. But which is why I think people are so mad that he's not building the wall, because that was like his main campaign promise. But maybe it's just taking him a long time. I don't know. But like I said, I don't think that that's like the fix. I don't think that's the cure. I think that there needs to be a lot done. No, I really don't know how to fix these things. Like, I can tell you what the problems are, but I don't know how to address them. Did I? Yeah, you smashed the egg. Okay. Just making sure. You could just look at the number of eggs and you would know. Yes, that's right. But anyway, like I said, two things can be true at once. I really like Mexicans. And not just because they work hard, but I like that they have really strong relationships with their families. They're very friendly people. I've learned so much Spanish because of my coworkers. I love them. They're fun to work with. They're just... They have a lot of personality, and they have a great sense of humor. But I think that something needs to be done about immigration. It's just the thing is with liberals, it's hard for them to even like conceptualize this idea that two things can be true at once, because very rarely when you're speaking with a liberal is even one thing that they believe true. So it that's a good joke. The best jokes are true. Or the best jokes aren't, you know, jokes. They're just reality. But you know, it's like I understand, like, if there was like a really prosperous country where I could make a fuck ton of money and I was living in a total shithole and I had a big ass family that I had to support, why the fuck wouldn't I sneak across the border if there wasn't any good border security, you know? I mean, it makes perfect sense. I don't really like judge them for that shit. Because you could be like, oh, they're horrible because they took advantage. But why did they take advantage? They didn't do that just because they wanted to screw over a bunch of Americans. They didn't do that because they just wanted to like screw over Americans. I don't think that they did it to be vindictive. They did it because they want to support their families and they want to make money. And America is a really awesome, prosperous, capitalist country. And why the fuck else would people want to come over here if it was such a fucking horrible, white supremacist, racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic, xenophobic, transphobic, Islamophobic? If it was all of these things, why the fuck would people keep coming over here? Why would they risk death? Why would they risk illness? Why would they risk, you know, being separated from their kids? If this was such a fucking shithole. If this is the shithole that all of the media keeps declaring that it is over and over and over again, then why the fuck are so many people desperate to get in here? Just does not make sense, y'all. But You know, it's like if you talk to these people though, it's like really nothing that they say makes any sense. Because like what they say, it cancels out everything else that they claim that they believe. So right now, you know, they just hate this president so goddamn much that, you know, they will say anything that's different from what he says. Even if it's completely false, even if it's completely wrong, even if it's like totally contrary to what they claim that they stand for, they'll fucking say it if that means that they're not aligned with him, you know? That's so fucking dangerous, man. That's so dangerous. Orwell warned us about this, man. He warned us. You know, I threw that book across the room because I knew that shit was going to happen. When I read 1984, I think I was like 15 or 16, and I read that book and I threw it across the room. I finished it at like 6 o'clock in the morning, the day that I was supposed to take my test on the book. Because I always wait till the last minute to do everything right. But, man, I was so angry because I knew that like the majority of my classmates didn't get anything out of it. And, you know, that I was just surrounded by sheep and everything was going to happen the way that he predicted. And here we are. So, let's see. Are these done? I think they're done. I hope so, anyway. I hope so too, man. Yeah, they're done. They're definitely done. Alright. I'm gonna end this video. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Hello, oven! Okay, so, yeah, I really am gonna go. I say that a lot, and then I don't go. I talk for another 10 minutes, but it'll cut me off if I don't. So,